area, you wouldn't have got filled on the next bar anyway. So then the next opportunity to take it is you get your close outside the channel here, under that area. Everything's in line to take it. Your indicator is above 20, your red's above the green. So you take it knowing that your next area of for your target is going to be 1109.50, and that is based on previous support and resistance created throughout the week. It's been a strong area that keeps getting a stall. So when you go into this, you think, okay, well, my target is 1109.50, but I always give it a quarter, so I always say like 1109.75. So getting in here at 1111.25, a quarter under this bar, gives you plenty of room to take that trade. And so obviously it worked out. I actually got I took 2/3 off at +1, then moved my stop to my entry and got stopped out over here. Came up and took my stop. Again, up to you how you want to manage your stop. I'm only willing to take a 2-point stop for this setup. Obviously, if you moved your stop to above this 1112.50 area, you would have never been stopped out, and then you would have still been in the trade to capture this huge move down. Obviously you don't know that at the time that you're determining that you've got this bounce occurring, so you don't know that you're going to go lower yet. But obviously I was stopped out, so I didn't get to capture any of that, unfortunately. And there really wasn't any place to hop on after that. So, this trade worked out fine, like I said, but, I got stopped out at my entry. I'm not going to, once I take a profit, I'm typically going to move my stop to my entry. So this way, if it does bounce or go against me, I'm at least profitable no matter what if I get stopped out on my remaining contracts. But again, totally up to you. Easy to see after the fact that, hey, you should have kept an initial 2-point stop because you would have captured this on your final contract. There really was no, your final contracts. There really was no place to really to get on board here. It never pulled back to the channel, never pulled back inside the channel. So there really wasn't any place to jump on there. So it was like once it broke that 50% retracement area, the dotted line here, then it did go sideways for a little while and consolidate. So if somebody wanted to take something under there, even though it didn't come back and touch the channel, it would make perfect sense. But obviously you don't know that it's going to die like this. It got right through the pivot point, the daily floor trader pivot point. It got through the 1100, our strong area of support on our daily chart, and then it came down and actually touched the close from Thursday and came down to an area of support that has been a very strong area of 1095.50 and bounced. So again, no place to jump on there for me. So just unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. I didn't trade after that. I actually was finished by the time this occurred anyway. I was already long gone. I left at about 11:30. So this actually occurred after 11:30. So even if I was here, there wasn't anything I can do. But I was already finished trading for the day. The rest of the day, you do, obviously you do get a bounce later in the day. But I want to point this out. There are two red, I have a couple red arrows here, and these were things that you probably would not have wanted to take just because of after that huge move down, first of all, but also you've got your 1100 here again, and we were able to break through it earlier pretty easy on the way down, but notice here when we bounced, it held up here again. We tried to bounce, it held up here again, so I wouldn't really count on it dropping very easily. So if I were to take something, I would want to do it under this 1100 area, then knowing that I've got to the 9750 area. So I would never have been interested in either one of these, but would have worked out for a small amount, not very much. But I wouldn't have been interested just because of that 1100 right below me. And the same with this one. It's closing outside the channel, but you've got 1100 right there. The first time that I would be interested in that would be here. So you get closed under the 1100 area, and it's holding, it's still holding, it's holding, and you can enter in under this bar here, or you can enter in under this bar here. Either way, knowing that your target is only going to be 1097.50. So you'd know that going in. So if you were to take that, you would be getting in at about 1099.25. Here you'd be getting in about 1099, knowing that you've got 1097.75 below you. So you've got room to be profitable. So that would be the only place that I would be willing to take that with that 1100 there. And here you get closed outside the channel, but you're very close to that support area of 1095.50, and that actually was our previous low created earlier in the day as well. So nothing I'd be interested in doing there. I would not personally have changed my bias to be interested in anything to the long side until I got above that 50% retracement area. But nothing set up anyway. This was at 4 o'clock when you finally got above that area. So that's what occurred on Friday. I had some nice trades in the morning that I was very happy with. Obviously, could have been a lot happier had I managed it differently. But that's the breaks. You just don't know until after the fact. So I'm typically after I get my first target, I'm not going to leave my initial stop out there. And that's just how I do it. Doesn't mean that that's how you have to do it. So if you're interested in getting more information on the setups, go to www.easyminitrade.com.